Hi, this is Ellen with Ellenchantment Divinations in direct association with Ellen's entanglement theory. I'm going to review some slides that I created today about the sixes, going over the Tarot Tuesday series of cards that correspond to the number six. So let's see, I'm going to share my screen in a second. I meant to record this earlier. It did not record because I forgot to press the button soon enough. But that's okay. So let's see. I'm going to share screen. Share. All right, here we are. Let's review. So we know what tarot is. It's a deck of 78 cards used for divination and understanding aspects of energies and qualities that we need to understand right here and right now, and guidance and direction in our lives. And there's the Hierophant. We went over the fives last week. He's the High Priest. And then the Five of Pentacles, being left out in the cold. This is just review. Five of Wands, conflict, ego battles, strife. Five of Cups, crying over spilled milk, a little bit disappointed. Five of Swords, mental conflict again, but win or lose this time, we're at stake. And then for each card, we rename the four elements: earth, fire, water, air. So earth could be materials, fire could be passions, water could be emotions, and air could be thoughts. Then we went into the Lovers card: attraction, choice, good decisions, the physical element, proof, that you know that your love is true, or however you want to do that. And then sex and soulmates, positives, true love, good physical relationships, passionate feelings, good choices made, the end of troubles. So six is the number of balance of the macrocosm, the heavens, and the microcosm, the earth. And once we understand that, we can see where the sixes play in with the different suits: Pentacles, Swords, Wands, and Cups. The negatives of this card: affairs and infidelity, attraction that's only physical, temptation, bad choices made, passions turned into obsessions. So sometimes the way I read reversals or the negatives is that I look at them as though they're blocks or delays to what I actually want and what the card upright would typically mean. And so maybe if I get the Lovers in reverse, that could just mean that I need to start accepting what is and maybe stop searching for love. And or yes, it could be an infidelity there, but that's up to your own intuition. You probably already know the answer if you're inquiring about something like that. And also the essence of, like, maybe you need to be open to receive love, and that block is when it's in reverse. And then the the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, presence, generosity, sharing, act now, the present, which, as Colette Baron Reed would say, the present is yesterday's tomorrow. So remember that. And support. Positives: help being given, people offering their assistance, others around you being charitable, gifts and presents. So you're just overflowing with giving and generosity and gratitude. Just be careful with the negatives. It'll say here not to overspend or overextend. Negatives: the presence of debt, that you're not helping yourself, you've got to kiss ass, and you have to prove your worth to others. As I said earlier when I was doing Tarot Tuesdays with the people online, is that we are all worthy. We are all inherently worthy just by existing. So don't worry about that. Worry is wasteful, while concern is considerate, I like to say. So worry doesn't achieve anything except anxiety. Six of Wands, victory, good news, accomplishments, attempts to be recognized, fame. So this is the soldier coming home from the journey of the battle and the war and the skirmishes. And the balance is that she gave themselves over to the purpose of the battles, and in return, she is being applauded and lauded with laurels. Positives, accomplish goals, recognition, you will be successful. Hard work is paying off, and you're awarded emotionally and financially. Negative, success which goes to your head, thinking you know better than everyone else, appearing arrogant, and that happens when you deal with others. So Six of Wands is definitely a glory card, which is what one of the participants in the live earlier said, is that she thought it was a good name for this card is glory. Six of Cups or water, the past coming back, fading away, vanishing, hometown, children, memories. This is the nostalgia card, past lives, your past in this life as a child, inner child healing, past loves. Positives, reigniting the past, getting a second chance, going back to something you love, good memories. Negatives, the past repeating itself for the worst, bad memories, something from the past fading away, living in the past. So sixes in the cups are all about balancing your adult life with your inner child and remembering the innocence that you once had and recapturing it and living in your imagination and operating from that perspective. Six of Swords, travel, movement, water, journey, mission, progress. So that's beautiful. It's literally thinking with the air and the swords on the waters, going toward something else along the water of the emotions. So you soar towards something more fulfilling and less chaotic, especially with the Six of Swords coming right after the Five of Swords, with the Five of Swords being about some conflict and mental strife. Positives, travel, movement in a more positive direction, progress made, results that are finally on the horizon. Negatives, progress you did not make, change you did not even ask for, results you did not anticipate. As I said earlier during this recording that didn't save or that I forgot to start, there is an element here of surprise, but in the reverse, this card could be like actually a positive too, because maybe you didn't realize that you were setting yourself up for a life of bliss when you were in a state of despair before, that you had to achieve all these different things in order to get to where you are now. And you also experience the art of surrender and that of radical acceptance. For each card, we name the four elements, and then the lovers and the sixes name that card. So the nouns of the lovers could be like romance in the air. Six of Pentacles can be like reciprocity. Six of Cups could be reliving the past, that kind of thing. Give it an action phrase. So a verb for the Six of Wands might be achieve or applaud or uh, demonstrate or like lead, or usually in conjunction with other words that would give more meaning to the even here the adverb, which would be victoriously maybe for the Six of Wands, and then for the lovers it might be passionately. And song or quote, so the lovers, there's so many different romantic songs that could go with the lovers. Six of Swords might be moving on up to the east side, like the Jeffersons. Six of Swords. And then, what does Spirit want me to know? What's the message? What am I taking away from this? And then journal and memory. I have a lot of memories that I can tie in to any of the cards. And I think that whenever a card is presented to me, I automatically feel as though I can relate to it because I understand the card deeply. And you don't have to understand any of these 78 cards deeply right away, of course. You can look at the imagery and have something resonate within you. For example, the Hierophant that we covered last week, and that you'll see on my channel here. The Hierophant could be like a father figure who is in a position of power and authority, and or like a principal of a school. And I remember my first principal in my elementary school, how much everyone respected and loved him. And so that's something that really connects for me. So thank you all for being here with me. I'm going to stop share. And look out next week for the sevens. We're going to go over the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Oh, and something else we discussed with the sixes is the 1, the 5, the 15 of the Devil card, which in one of my decks, in the John Holland deck, it's called Master. So we looked at how essentially the Devil card is a gift to receive, because in the historical mythology, Lucifer and Prometheus were the entity that gave fire from the heavens, that sent fire from the heavens to earth, so that humans could have the knowledge of good and evil, and we could be like God. And so when Eden occurred in the creation myth, when Adam and Eve were tempted by the serpent, that actually was a gift, because the serpent symbolizes wisdom, prophecy, and vision. And when the serpent appeared to Eve, it was a security that was gained, that eventually, we didn't cover all this earlier, but I want to go into this for a second, that Jesus would not have been necessary. The crucifixion and resurrection would not have needed to happen if we didn't have the original sin, which I think Matthew Fox has called original blessing, and that we're all inherently born good, not evil, and that we have so much capacity for love and joy and connection and lack of judgment and good discernment. Lack of judgment isn't like judging others harshly, that we are compassionate and considerate to and for all of life, and that with Jesus, with the Christ consciousness prevailing in the times 2,000 years ago and throughout history, there's that notion in my philosophy of religion class we discussed called Felix Culpa, which means happy sin in Latin. And it makes so much sense, because we needed to leave Eden so we could have free will choice and have that be the gift from source, so that when these different ascended masters would incarnate, they'd be reminders that we already do know the difference between right and wrong, and we can choose love at all times, and choose love over fear, and choose that we can live a prosperous, happy, abundant life, co-creating with spirit and collaborating and cooperating with each other as harmonious stewards of the faith that God is all things, and that means me, that means all of us. So thank you. This has been a message from Ellenchantment, Divinations, Ellen Drummond Curtis of Ellen's Entanglement Theory. Well, that's a mouthful. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care.